everyone out there in the real world. Welcome back to my Lego Marvel Avengers superhero world. Welcome to Daly's Bricks. Avengers, assemble! So welcome back guys, and welcome to today's video. Now before we get started with today's video, please can I ask, if you haven't done so, please like and subscribe to this channel and give us a big thumbs up. We're also over on Instagram at Dailies_bricks. Why not head there and say hi to us. Now as you can probably tell from my headwear today, we are doing part 2, yes part 2 of our Lego Avengers MOC Tower build. So last video you would have seen we built the reception area. Now we're going to build upwards in the tower and make my main body as well as the arch bit, the side bit should I say. So I'm going to share that with you today guys. So what are we waiting for? Let's go save the world. Avengers out. Welcome back then guys and girls. Like I said just now, is what we're going to do is expand on our Avengers Tower MOC build. So as you might have seen in the last video, that we had the reception ground floor built and started putting some scenes in there. It's not 100% finished yet, but it's getting there. So that's this part done. Now the next thing we need to do is start building upwards. And the easiest thing to do first will be to build the middle section. Now like I've explained, this whole building will be modular. If you're not sure what I mean by that, it basically means that it's sectional. So there's sections of it that kind of easily lift off, so it makes it more transportable, easier. And also if you need to do any fixes and repairs or want to change things up, it's a bit easier rather than just having to tear the whole thing down or whatnot. So the next main bit is going to be this middle structure, which is going to go quite tall I think. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes, but the good thing is, as this building is a lot of windows, it should get height very quickly and very easily and very cheaply. So we've got the parts for it. I've got an idea of how it's going to be done, and like I've also said, I'm going to follow a lot of Alex Nunes. I'll put the link in the bio of his Avengers Tower build. There's a lot of elements of his I've took and followed his design, so please go check his out as well. It puts a very easy to follow video together on how to do this Avengers MOC Tower. So let's get started. The first thing we need to do is get a floor that matches this in that middle section, so we've got something sturdy and strong to build on. Here we are. So we built the plate for the floor. So the dimensions is, this is 22 by 18. So that's the floor we have above the reception area. Now this was pretty easy. I could say that I absolutely calculated everything straight away and bought all the things what I needed. But ultimately, as with Lego, is you can never have too many spare parts, I guess. So I've just been buying loads and loads of plates over the last couple of months of knowing doing this design. So all I did is just get a load of my plates out and play around until I had the right dimensions in terms of studs one way and studs the other way. Now you do need these kind of corner elements, so this is a 4x4 corner element, so there's obviously one of those in each corner, and then it's just a case of just trying to get the right amount of studs down the side and then down the other side, putting it all together nice and simple, just reinforcing it with these longer kind of narrower ones just by sticking them on, essentially kind of just like that, and it just gives it more strength to the structure, and the more you can put in there the better, really. So we'll reinforce that a bit more, fill in some of these lines here, and it'll just give it that more sturdy strength of the structure, as you can see there. And then that should fit nicely on our reception area. So let's give it a shot now. So back with our reception area, and this is the area here where we've just made that floor for. So here it is. Now hopefully it should fit on, if I got my dimensions right, which I do believe I did. And it would help if I try to put it on the right way first. So there we go. As we see, we tiled off the top here and left 2 studs shown on each side, which what makes it modular. So we can just slip that on, and as you can hear, it is clicked into place like so, and it gives it a bit more structure and stability there, the ground floor now. And then it means we've got somewhere we can build up from now. So that's fantastic. So I'm going to take this back off, and then we're going to start building on top of this to make it a lot easier for us, because I don't want to be building and pressing down on that, because it's just going to cave in. So that's a good start. So we're going to start building the floors up now, and this is where you get a lot of height. Now this isn't everything I'm going to need. I'm never going to get that kind of height or the build by just these few pieces. This is a sample of some of the stuff I need. I'm going to start building it, and then I'll get more things as and when I need, otherwise I'm just going to have a messy desk. This is the big element I need. These kind of windows, I need 42 of these, 21 each side, to make the amount of floors I'm aiming for this centre structure. So we're going to start with 5 across the bottom, and we're going to need a lot of bricks in all different kind of manner and forms. So we've got 1x8, 1x2s, 1x1s, and then also a lot of these ones here, the triangular ones, are 1x3s. You know, you're going to need a load of different kind of elements. I mean, you don't even need the bricks. You could use a lot of just normal plates. This is a tile, but obviously plates if you wanted to make the bricks. Whatever you've got to hand, I've just been buying in mass over the last couple of months. So we're going to put these together to try build up here, and it'll just be nice and simple. It'll be essentially the windows will go together. You put them on a brick, kind of like that, and then you're going to be piecing things like this together to try, if you see there, get that structure, I guess. Pop that in there, and I think I'm going to put that there to put them together, and then it just breaks up all this colour. And then what I clearly need, because it's going to work like that, I think. Yeah. I need more windows and stuff. So we'll put this together, but that gives you a simple idea of what we're going for. But obviously that needs more bricks, which I need to get here. But it gives you a simple idea, just nice and quickly on the camera. As if by magic, this will now transform. Watch. And as if by magic, like I've just said, here we are. We've got the wall up. Nice and easy to get together. Very simple build. So as I've just said there, I had the 2 windows in, and then I made these slopes on the side. This is 22 studs wide here. So anything you can get to make it 22, and then each time you're cutting down to, so the next floor will only be 20 sorry, because this is 22, then that one is 20, and then you work off knocking 2 off each time. So like I said here, you just got 5 windows, but the next floor will only have 4 windows, and then you've got the bricks here just to all kind of, so it's not just going window to window, and to give it a bit more stability and structure. So what we need to do next is get the next wall in on this floor, which will be down this part here, and it just leaves you this little kind of lip over the reception. Now the reception, this is essentially below that part there, is going to be this security point which we showed you. So this sits over the doors, and then you've got that main body of the building. So let's build the other bit. Here we are. As if by magic, we've got the second wall in on this floor. It's actually kind of like here's one I made earlier, like Blue Peter. There's a little joke there for you if you're from the UK. I wouldn't call it a joke, sorry guys. So yeah, same design as what we did on the other side, just flipped to reverse, so the windows facing that way kind of thing. Exact same, and then put in place. So now, like I said, what we've got is we've got to build the next floor up, which will be 20 studs length, and then width now should actually only be 18, because we're not worried about these parts here are just going to sit above the reception area. We're just building straight up now, so we have to build a floor to go here, and then we can build the next set of walls. Now there will be a ceiling here, but I'm not worried about that right now. We're just going to be building up the walls and the structure itself, and then we'll focus on the inside build at a later date. Now one thing we do need to do when we're building here is we need to leave 2 studs, and that's why I put these tiles here, 2 studs in. So essentially the floor will start here, but the floor will come with 2 studs wider here, and that's just to help the build kind of all come together a lot easier and naturally, and you'll see why when we build the curved bit that comes around here, as it's all separate, it'll actually look like it's all one. I did play around with a few different ways. Alex Nunes again is where I got the idea from, having a 2 plates wide here. I did try not to do that, and it was just a logistical nightmare. So I would highly recommend leaving the 2 studs here and having the extra 2 here. But we'll see that in a little bit. Okay guys, here we are then. So we built up the main body of the building now. As you can see, we've followed that pattern all the way up. So if we get a bit closer in, this is the floor we started with the 5 windows, and then as we go up we've got 4, 4, 3, 3, and then finally 2 at the top. As you can see, we've kept with the using those kind of mini triangle, right angle triangle, that's it, pieces there. And each time, as you can see on the inside here, we've kind of come 2 spaces in to give that sloped effect, and this is where the big panel of windows will just sit across. But we've also kept the 2 studs free on this side, and you'll see how that works. So it's the same pattern all the way up. You start with kind of here where it starts at the bottom of 4 studs and then comes up to 2, and then here it goes 6 studs and finishes at 4, and then again 4 into 2, 6 into 4, 4 into 2, and so on until you get to that top. And then at the top we've just tiled it off. So we've got in total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 floors there, which I think it looks pretty good. 6 floors of scenes. So at the minute there's a few ideas I'm spitballing here. I'm kind of thinking, you know, we could have an Iron Man armory room somewhere, maybe an Avengers meeting room, Avengers training gym facility, Tony Stark's bar, Bruce Banner's lab, and maybe it's a chill out area or something. I don't know, there could be plenty of different ideas we could have going on, and if you guys got any ideas, please let us know. But I think that's come together quite nicely. So what we're going to do now is put this on with a reception. So it's hard to get everything in shot, and I do apologise for having things out of shot, but I just want to give you an idea of a scale. So this here is kind of a standard off-the-shelf Lego box. As you can see, it's Iron Man Armory. We're going to build this up and we'll incorporate some of this stuff within our scenes. But as you can see here, that is just a little bit taller than our reception area. When we put it next to the main build, you can see it comes up to this second floor. So I just want to give you a bit of kind of height, what's the word, scale, I guess, behind the camera there. So we're going to add the mid body to the reception area. So hopefully this all works without coming apart, but as you can see there, it's nice and stable structure. It's not coming apart, and it should just clip just nicely on. He says with confidence. There we go. So there we are. Our Avengers Tower is now starting to get some serious height. The main body, the reception area, underneath the main body, sorry, of our tower that we've just built, and that's looking good. And the scary thing is with this, as you can just see there, the Lego city, it's already underneath the city on the build table here, and it's already towering over on nearly the same height as the Chinese theatre. And you've got this big gap here which is about that Lego set on its side height. And the worrying thing is, this isn't as tall as it's going to get. You've still got the helipad to come, and then maybe one or two kind of side floors there. So this is going to be quite the structure. If I can try to get it all in there for you to see, just there, just there. So yeah, it's looking really, really good. I'm really happy with how it's coming together. Now the next thing I want to do on this video is build this side bit to show you. Let's get cracking with this. We're smashing it. Right, so to start the side, the first thing we need to do is build a floor. Now I've built this here. This is going to be the floor plate. Now as you might notice, from the first video, it's very similar to the opposite side. The difference being is this is a little bit wider. So whereas this is 5 studs wide, the other one was only 4 studs, and we had that one plate down there. This one's a little bit wider just because I made the side a little bit wider on purpose. So yeah, it just needed a bit of re-engineering, which is fine. It's actually easier to do it this way because, as you can see, these are all plates rather than adding one side of just a single plate. Underneath again, it's all re-strengthened. So all we've done here is we've used some of the bigger corner pieces, which I'll just get here. Some of these ones, as you can see, we've just put them on top. And then, like I said, I've just played around with plates. So there, and then, you know, put a couple more in. One kind of there, and then a lengthened one. And put them all together till I got this. Now I've already checked this, and this fits the above the other side, the left hand side of our Avengers Tower. So what we need to do is start building up onto this, and as you can see, we've got elements here. We've got these elements back again from our first video, so we'll need these to fit on the corners. So we just pop them there, and as you can see, we've also got these corner brick pieces as well in light bluish grey, one on top and one underneath. So we pop them in, and And then down this side here, nice and easy again. Whoop, they're jumping about. We have window pieces. Now there's no windows in these because you need a lot of windows. And I'm just waiting for more to come. So we've got a brick here, which is a 1x12 brick on the top and underneath, and then 3 window panes which fit in nicely there. Now, as you can see, that's all nice and built there, but you will need side pieces which I've already built up here. So you've got a 1x4 because we've got 4 studs there, and then these translucent bricks. So I bought a lot of these 2x5, sorry, and a lot of 1x2s, and they work quite nicely there. And then a lot of grey ones as well of those same elements together. And then I've just put this on as a little vent, as a bit of a decoration. You don't have to, but I think it looks quite nicely. So if I pop that in there, and then the same on the other side, pop that in, and there we have the full model for the start of our side part of the Avengers Tower, which gives us that curved part on. So what we need to do now is, because this is the bottom one, you see I've got these 2 1x2 studs. The floor of the middle section, what we've fitted, we won't actually build with these 2 bits in, because as you'll see it's going to slot in, and these 2 will fit right where those 2 studs are exposed on that middle section. So this will be one section itself, you slot it in. This will be wider at the bottom, but for every floor now it'll basically go upwards from there. And then when you fit it all together, that is the same as that. It makes sense when you see it all in action. But now we need to just start building floors here, but having 2 studs less on this side. So that'll be good. So that works. Here we are. So we've got the side all built up here. As you can see, a lot of window elements and curved elements. This is the bottom where we started at. And then if we lift it up, 6 stories high, just like the main body of our building. Now the difference with the bottom to the top is what I said, is this here is 8 studs deep, this is only 6 studs deep, but the length is the same, still 20 studs. Now the idea is the building will be these things happen. It's a nice easy fix, so just slots in. So the building, if you can imagine, we'll show you in a second anyway, would be here, and this will just kind of slot on next to the main body of the building. And you'll see that that's where this comes into play. The floors, if those 2 studs out, would easily just slot into there and make it look nice and seamless. So it's all the way up. The only thing we need to do now is the noticeable curve of the Avengers Tower. So what we're going to do is, I've already got them pre-made to make sure it worked. We've got these arch elements we're going to use, and then just some bricks and some tiles to get them ready. So let's put these on. As you can see there, just nice and easy, these kind of 1x3s, and then you've got this kind of tree arch, I think they're called, and just some plates and tiles just going along the building, as long as you want really. The idea is this should sit flush with the main body of the building. And there we go, we've added those arch elements. I might make these a bit bigger and play around with them a bit more, but as you can see, if I just get in a bit closer, it's just those 1x3 elements there. I guess you can use 1x5s or any combination really. A tree branch, and then there's just some plates. So the idea is this should match up with the top of that main body of the tower, where those two windows are right at the top, and kind of hug the side of the building. So let's get this put together with that and see how it looks. Here we are then. As you can see, we've got the side bit we've just built, and then the rest of Avengers Tower all there. So this bit is going to go onto the main body of the building. We'll get it put on now and we'll see how it looks. So it should be pretty simple, he says. Just need to what you're doing, and then voila, as they say in France. We've got now, as you can see, it was a bit wider here, and the hugs of this building, and they're both lined up perfectly. There you can see where it's worked there. If we just, those two studs there, just hug that building and make it all one complete structure there. And I think that is looking pretty darn good. Nice easy pattern to follow, and it's nice and safe and secure now. So we've got these tiled off. The next thing to do will be this wall of windows here, which should be pretty simple to do, and then becomes the fun part, the heli landing, and then the top of the building as well. But I'm thinking we're getting there, and like I said, it is massive, this structure. I appreciate it's harder to kind of see from where you are, but in the room here it's absolutely going to be dwarfing anything. Even I think it's going to be a lot taller even in this position than if I just scooch on around there, than the haunted house, which is sitting on top of a shelf in the mountain. So I think, yeah, this is going to be an absolute beast, but I'm absolutely loving building it and sharing that with you, and I hope you guys are enjoying it as well and find this useful. So I think I'll leave that for today's video, sorry, and then next time we'll build this side wall and get the top and the heli landing done as well. So thank you for tuning in today, guys. I hope you enjoyed that and found that useful. If you have any questions or comments, please drop them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible, or head on over to our Instagram channel at dailies_bricks and like us, follow us and say hi. If you do have any questions, comments or feedback or even suggestions, please let us know. I would love to hear from you guys, especially about scenes and things what we could do with our Avengers Tower, or any way we can make it better, even better for us, because then you guys have done the hard work thinking about it, I just got to incorporate it. So guys, again, I would just love to say thank you so much for tuning in today, and we'll see you soon. We're going to have another video on this, and hopefully we should have the tower built, at least the structure of the tower built. So please join me next time, guys. Until then, we'll see you later. You are an Avenger. Bye bye.